Best music. Best music. Best music. What's going on? This is your boy Shy, and with Inspired Talk Radio, the station where the train drops here. Make sure you call in at 404-826-9223 or listen in at 401-347-0418 or watch us live at thebeatdropsradio.com or inspiredtalkradio.com. Hey, Miss Bianca.
See how you be doing that, man?
Hey, Miss Bianca.
What's going on with you, Shy?
I don't know. I'm doing. How you doing?
I've been better some days, but so far I'm doing well. The
Oh,
goal is to remain positive.
yeah. Smile.
Smile.
That what Kurt Franklin said. That.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still watching porn when he smiles.
Don't
I'm just playing. Shout outs to all my listeners. You know, he said the word of God said you gotta watch. So he be watching. Watching porn. Oh, we have a special guest in the building, Miss Star Golden.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Golden. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good.
See, here she go already laughing. Man, y'all make sure y'all watch us live because she's upset because she didn't wear her lipstick.
Yes. Nobody told me I was live, so
See,
I blame you.
I blame you for not following our show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
I blame you for not knowing me before last week. So I
Oh, yeah, that's
what
right.
you talking about?
Well, you should have dwelled in the spirit.
Keep watching.
Yeah, keep watching. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my finale show today. Your boy Shy is leaving. I know this fool is now waving his hand in the studio as this little Papa Smurf. Ladies and gentlemen, San Antonio Wolf is in the building. See, this is what
I
you
had to say goodbye to Shy, and I'm so glad. I mean, I'm so sad that you're leaving, man. I'm so sorry, but it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice that you hear, you watch live, that is the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Really? Really, Solomon Northam, 12 years a slave running man over here? Really?
Oh, Papa Smurf looking. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Inspired
I wish I could have been Kuta Kent looking, man.
This is a children, family oriented. See, this is why you can't take people.
Really? You just
brown,
talking about porn, and you said this is children.
that we getting ready to go to a commercial, and we're gonna hear more about this licensed therapist, Miss Star Golden. All right, what you said about my mom?
So we went out.
Say what?
So we went out.
Shit. This is your boy Sean once again with Inspired Talk, and I am tuned in with the beautiful. What sorority you with?
I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority.
What color? What color is that? I know y'all by colors. I don't know you by names. So every time I see y'all all bent over and praising God, and He said every knee shall bow, tongue confess. But go ahead. What color y'all are?
We are royal blue and gold.
Royal blue and gold.
Yes.
You got on white.
Merry Christmas.
You ain't no angel. But anyway, Miss Star Golden is a licensed therapist here in the ATL. Miss Golden, where you get your name from? Star Golden.
Ooh. Well, to tell you the truth, Star is my middle name. I don't go by my first name.
Mm-hmm.
We're not even going to go into the long history of my first name.
Ooh,
But
you don't know your daddy, do you?
I do know my daddy, and
Oh, okay.
I think my middle name comes from some woman he knew.
Oh.
but I like the name, so I go by it. And Golden was a name I was blessed with through other situations, and so I use it. I keep it and I like it.
I thought your mom had named you after some Lucky Charms or something.
No.
The golden and the stars, the marshmallows and stuff. But you're a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
Without the lipstick, and I'm gonna keep on clowning this without lipstick because she was heated with me, y'all.
I am heated. I have really pretty lipstick. It's a combination of the
You have
lipstick and the
beautiful
gloss.
lips. Beautiful lips. We was talking about a post earlier, but we'll say that for another conversation. I see Mr. Antonio Wolf is in the building giving cheers up with those lips. So tell us, how did you get into licensed therapy?
I decided to go to graduate school back in 2006, and I ended up going to Argosy University, which is actually here in Atlanta, the Dunwoody area. So shout out, I love them. And so when I graduated, I decided to stick in the field, and I love it.
So you love being in other people's business, or because when I think about therapists, I think y'all just want to hear other people's problems because you don't want to hear your own.
Well,
And y'all get paid. That ain't fair.
Well, the best therapist deals with their own problems first. So.
Oh, tell us about your problems.
Not today.
Come on now.
Not today.
Tell the world.
Well.
Because you know we are global.
Well, 99 problems, and you might be one of them in just a minute. And
Let me shut up, because she is cooking for me tonight.
Exactly. I'm gonna put something in your macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna put something in it.
This show is recorded, and I want everyone to know, if you don't hear from, well, I can't say that because this is my finale show.
So they won't know. See?
But if you follow me on Facebook and you don't see a post for 2 hours, you know something's wrong, because I post every 5 minutes about somebody. Reverend Tamara Wimbich is in the building. Yeah. Now, as a therapist, what type of case? Y'all gotta excuse me. We're talking about mental health.
Mental health, and we gotta laugh. That's a part of mental health. So come on.
And when I turned around, I just automatically just thought about mental. Love you. But she's filming the show as well by phone. You know, Beat Drops Radio. We got cameras. We got the real McCoy. Yeah. But yeah, with therapy, the mental issues.
Yes.
What I want to know some stuff. What y'all be talking about?
I mean, everything. But see, what people don't understand is that mental health is everything. And I know society right now kind of stigmatizes mental health, and my whole goal is really to educate people, make them more aware that mental health is the same thing as your physical health. And if you aren't stressed, well, you're going to be stressed. But let's say you have high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma. Put it on the same level. If you have depression, it's the same thing. You either have too much of one chemical, not enough of another. And if you think of it that way, it's not this big, huge catastrophe that happens to people. It's just like the doctor telling you have diabetes. You go get the same treatment just like anyone else would.
Well, let me ask you this, because I've heard, I don't do this, so Mr. Wolf might probably help me out on this one, but marijuana.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Do they really help the mental health? Because it's the commons I ever seen.
We are in the state of Georgia, and marijuana is illegal, and that's all I'm going to say about marijuana.
I feel in the spirit somebody about to jump on this mic.
We are in the state of Georgia, marijuana is not legalized. So, no, there are no benefits.
But, you know, of course, America wants to see people die anyway. You know, so in this.
Where do you live?
In America.
America wants to see people die?
Yeah. If you don't believe me, I mean, look around. You have all this crime, and you still trying to make guns legal. You want us to kill each other. You want people gone. Well, I got a couple people I want gone, you know.
You get that, because actually, I guess I'm a part of that, because I do believe in the rights of people to have guns. So
I was hoping they passed that law.
I believe in gun rights. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
wanted to go to the
sorry.
bars and the church with my gun
I believe in
because
gun
they
rights.
wanted my 10%, and I was going to decline it. Come on, somebody, amen. You want what?
Oh.
So do you as a therapist, do you get to sit in the little cherry wood chair seat and with the sofa and they lay there and
I do not
put their
do
leg up and
not me. I do have friends who do that. I don't do individual that way. Currently, the therapy that I do is more crisis intervention.
crisis.
So we are the teams that I work on. We deal with people more so in crisis. But the work that I've done before is mostly group therapy, which is really the therapy that I believe most in. I believe groups are very powerful, and that's what the company that I'm developing will be doing, going into the Atlanta area and doing therapy groups with people and really helping change that way. But I have done individual therapy, and it's usually in my office, and they're sitting in kind of a chair like we're sitting in. But it's not my favorite type of therapy.
So they get to turn around in the chair like I do, and y'all, you say you got these kind of chairs,
Yeah. They're
they're
kind of adults, so they know how to sit still.
Okay.
Well, home
What are
training.
you trying to say?
They have home training. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying they do.
I'm just saying. You better glad we're going to commercial. I got some words for you during commercial break.
I have some referrals to a psychiatrist.
But we gotta have a spoken word since we're talking about America. America in 4 minutes. And something else.
Styles of Essence, located at 4454 Rockbridge Road, Milwaukee, Georgia, open Tuesday through Saturday. They offer sewing, custom wigs, cuts, colors, and more. Attention licensed and professional stylists and barbers only. Styles of Essence has booths for contact Miss Tamika at 608-656.
Stone Mountain's premier state-of-the-art technology center invites you to listen to today's hit music, enjoy refreshments, network, and plug into the worldwide web's relaxing atmosphere. Located in Northeast Atlanta, the Web Zone, Cyber Cafe, offers convenient and enjoyable location to check out email, surf the internet, print, scan,
we appreciate
and make copies, all in one location. Visitors can connect to the internet using our high-speed computers and receive online assistance at no additional charge. Our 1,500 square feet cyber cafe is staffed with highly qualified and knowledgeable trainers. Ask about our mobile training for seniors program. We deliver up to 8 internet-ready computers to your community center and train seniors to effectively use the computer and safely surf the internet. Visit us online at www.thewebzoneatl.com.
I'll just share.
Call 770-465-4000 for more information and rates. The Web Zone. Get away and get online.
Get away, get away.
Yo, what's up, people? This is Nspired Talk, the station where the train drops here. This is your boy, Shot. And ladies and gentlemen, my replacement is in the building, Miss Usuji.
Hey, what's up? What's happening?
See, you must knew we had a special guest that rocked that blue and gold.
I know, right?
She over there smiling.
I'm always smiling. That's what new teeth do for you.
we over here talking about we talking about mental health, people.
Oh, Lord. That's why you got me in here today.
See, I didn't know.
Is this an intervention?
I don't know.
Do crisis intervention work? Or do we need to do a session?
I don't know.
Yo, because I see 1, 2, 3.
Really, statistically now, 1 in 4 people have a mental health illness in a year. So how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of every 4 people, at least one of y'all has a mental illness. So look around. Pick. I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4.
So I mean, and the more people come in, you just keep counting. One,
Yeah.
two, which one?
Which one? Ready to snap.
Now, you got mental issues?
To be in all honesty, I had mental issues. I can get them sometimes, but on the real though, I was dealing with some depression for a long time. I had to take some Paxil and get myself calm. I was in there for 3 days.
Do we need to lay out, get them off the sofa over there?
No,
Okay.
I'm good. It's all good.
She licensed now.
I'm not a psychiatrist.
And I'm on my way. I have 1 more year before I have a bachelor's degree in psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Chicago and Atlanta doing it up. Yeah.
You know,
We got 2 Chicago natives up in the building.
who else Chicago?
Papa Smurf over there.
Hey, turn up, Southside. What's up? What sex you claim?
Southside.
I'm just
No, anyway. And we have this, just in case. Let's say your mama is crazy. I mean, mentally challenged.
And thank you. Crazy is a bad word.
That's right. I just had an argument with my husband about that for calling me crazy.
Well, if he want to lie on that, I know you
Is he
first.
still at home?
Yeah, he better.
I'll be chopped up. But do you feel that a child does that mental problem go down to the child, or what is it? Because I know, like, for me, I got crazy when I started going to church. That's when I established my mental health issues.
Church folk.
Church folks. Yeah, because I was getting tired of going up, standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down, pay this tithe, pay this offering, then pay this other offering. I was getting frustrated, and I just couldn't take no more, so I just had to just yell in the middle of the service, let my people go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think the church is to blame for that, though.
No, it's the preacher who keep on allowing these folks to put that start on their program to say stand up, sit down, stand up. That's frustrating, man.
Mm.
But yeah,
How would you assess that?
Him? Mm-mm.
Cuckoo. I mean, I don't know.
now I know you ain't trying to say no cuckoo with that
I'm
red
working
bush on
on
top
mine.
of your head.
That's my natural look. Cuckoo.
But to address your question,
You know,
It's
I'm gonna detach it now.
oh Lord, it's a pretty loaded question because I don't think there's any definitive. There are times when certain mental illnesses do get passed down, and then there are times where they're not. That there could just be one person in an entire family with a mental illness. So it's not a 100% that you can say, yes, mama had this, so you're gonna have it.
And don't a lot of other things contribute? You know,
A lot.
experience,
Substance abuse.
definitely.
Church folks.
That could.
Well, you know,
There's
I mean,
some
there's a lot
contributing
going on in the church. That'll be a whole nother day of
Mhm.
we'll be here for 5 more hours.
We're gonna be talking about that on my
Lord
show.
have mercy, right?
About
Yeah.
this church thing.
Oh,
Should we? Or should we not?
I mean,
Yeah.
really, for real.
I've had some experiences, but
I mean,
Somebody
see,
call here.
see, that's what I'm saying. The children will bust out singing in the middle of a broadcast.
but really, I mean, when you're talking about the youth, you have to know for one,
And those were church children.
church children,
Yeah. You know, they're in the other room, you know, having choir rehearsal.
they haven't quite
So
rehearsed.
excuse to all our listeners, that was just the choir on the other
Well, they
side.
got to get that A and that B selection for the church anniversary next Sunday.
The building fund.
The building fund. The building
I'm
fund.
sorry. See, that's why I'm another part. That's another reason why I'm
And it's a
mentally
20th.
challenged.
It's a 20th church anniversary, so people need to give
$20.
$2,000.
Right.
$2.
Right.
No,
The
that's
line for the 2,000 is over here, then the 200, and then the 20.
I want to be on the receiving line. Where the receiving
Where the
line at, church? There ain't got no line where you could walk up and be like, I need, not I'm
No.
giving.
No.
I need.
You need to be on the deaconess board.
Is that where you receive all the
Yeah,
gifts?
they stand there with the basket, and they the ones who walk off with it.
Oh.
And you never see the office they go into because they actually go into their cars.
Okay.
You don't see the rest of the service. I
Okay.
want my money back.
Wow. Okay, so anyway, let's
You might be working with two mentally challenged people right now.
well join the club. But no,
Wait a minute,
really,
hold up. You mentally challenged, you doing therapy?
please.
Those are the best therapists.
We are the best. I don't care what you say.
I'm
You
in the therapy
tell,
session.
show me one therapist that doesn't have their own challenges, and I'm show you a liar. I'm sorry.
Obama.
He got plenty of challenges.
No, he don't.
I'm not
Because
gonna
all
comment.
he's gonna do is pull that cigarette out.
He quit.
I'm
That's
not
what
gonna,
he told the
I'm
public.
not gonna comment on that. So anyway, we were talking about the youth.
Right.
The youth, yes, the youth.
Yes, we can.
So statistically, you've got 20% of youth have a serious mental illness, ages 13 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
70% of the youth and juvenile system have at least one mental health disorder, which I think it probably is a much higher number if you ever talk to them. And then you've got suicide being the third leading cause of death for young people. So mental health really needs to be addressed a lot better for our young people, and I do believe that.
Now, I know I'm clowning and everything, but I mean, I've been around it where you have young people that is facing a lot of trials and tribulations with the pressure of society and schools, even at home, even the parents insulting the kids now.
Right.
Now, how can you encourage a child as a therapist or individual who just want to see that child still be more what than he or she is?
I mean, you just do it. I mean, it's one child at a time. You get involved. Don't just sit at home. The church that I went to back home, where I'm from, we actually had a prison ministry, and I was actually over the YDC portion, and we went to the Macon YDC, and we're known there, you know, to minister to the girls there, and I mean that's where it starts, and we loved it. You know, you do what you can where you can.
Ms. Therapist, I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute, I just forgot it.
Oh Lord.
See,
That's that mental.
it's that mental right there. I just suddenly.
What is your take on that, you know, being labeled, these labels?
We already talked about marijuana.
Not that not the label, not them labels.
The marriage woman, the
If you
marriage
got the
woman.
hookup, I'm gonna holler. But when a white kid goes and shoots up a school and stuff like that, why is it mental? And if a black kid does something like that, why is it cultural?
Ooh, that's another loaded question. I haven't exactly witnessed that per se.
You don't watch the news?
Honestly, I do not watch a lot of news, and anybody who knows me knows that if you want good mental health, you probably will limit the amount of news because it can be
That's
depressing.
true.
I mean, it can be
very depressing.
especially I do crisis intervention already, so I already have all this going on in my head. I don't need to wake up 6 o'clock in the morning to find out how many people got shot up the day before.
Yeah,
So I
really
really
is.
do not follow the news a lot. I try to get a little bit. I don't know if it's a black-white thing or if it's just, I mean,
It's black-white because
it's
it's happening.
if it is, then it's a society thing because I mean we're in
Yeah.
America. I mean we are in America and things do get divided and a lot of times I think more than a black-white thing, it's a rich-poor thing.
Yeah, it's the have and the have.
Yeah, it's the haves and it's
You're gonna be rich
It's-
or you're gonna be poor.
it's more of a rich or poor thing and
And I'm just poor.
I'm hoping that some politician or I would love for the
Step up.
president would take it on
Yeah.
and take mental health as something that is across the board and it's very serious for everyone because like I said, going into that YDC and talking to these girls, a lot of them are so angry but if you ever sit down and talk to them, you'll just cry because the things that they've had to carry as an adult woman, I was gonna say how old, but we're not gonna do that. As a fully adult woman, I couldn't handle some of the stuff that they dealt with at 5 and 6 years old.
How old are you?
I'm an adult. I'm legal.
She old enough.
Oh, we know you legal. We can look at that shirt and say you legal. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tune in to the BeatDropsRadio.com. Make sure y'all call in at 404-826-9223.
Call us.
Call Cindy.
Call me.
Cause she came with the Soul Train look on y'all today, y'all.
I might be coming in with the Brazilian next week.
Shout out.
The check coming in.
The good hair. The good hair. The good hair.
See, this was $5. I'm trying to spend about $500.
Oh,
You know what?
I'm
That's,
playing.
I ain't a neighbor girl.
that's why we're going to commercial. That's why we're going to commercial
I'm
right
just
now.
playing. Don't spend y'all money on that hair.
Vivian Gunn, good to you. When I say this is your boy Shy, you're gonna come in and introduce yourself.
I'm so sweet. Be my country self.
One must care. The person makes his or her decision to be a mentor, to be a rainbow in the clouds. When it looks like the sun was shining more, God put a rainbow in the clouds.
Yo, what's up? This is Nspired Talking. This is your boy Shy.
And I'm so Soonji.
And this is the station where the train drops here. Special guest Miss Star Golden. We can't hear that. She been in Chicago.
Uh-oh.
But we were talking about mental health and how it affects the young people and everything. And from there, our wonderful producer came back with Maya Angelou, spoken word. The rainbow is like, wow, that's a deep. That was, man, it's nobody who can replace her.
Nobody.
Nobody can replace her. I mean, she kept me at peace. Only person I got now is, Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle tell me, I am your friend. She was the only person that told me she was my friend.
Oh, Lord.
Yo. Patty, don't leave me, girl. Don't leave me.
We need to set some of his coffee out.
Something.
Oh, what you got in my coffee?
Not any gin. No gin, no vodka. No Irish coffee this morning. This afternoon.
You fired it.
This ain't the first time that happened.
Well,
Come on, you ready? At least I tried.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got up in the building Miss Anika Nofleet,
Yay!
actress of Damnation. And we have Mr. Antonio Wolf. He's with Miss Bianca Burrell Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Sadly to say that we had to postpone the Big Last Comedy Show. Man, I was excited to see that.
Me too.
I wanted to laugh at some people.
I was ready to heckle.
So now I got to ride down the highway and laugh at people.
Laugh at me. Laugh at my comedy skit.
I'm looking at you. I'm laughing on the inside. I just can't let it out.
Is it okay to punch people on radio?
chop him in the throat, girl. Chop him in the throat.
What kind of therapist are you?
Yeah, the salt therapy lets us, be very active and
What
get
Negro therapy?
the salt. No.
But mentioning of that, I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think with the behavior of our young kids, not being able to beat the crap out of your child these days, do that have an effect of the mental stage of why parents are losing it because they can't beat the child like they want to?
First, in the state of Georgia.
Because I want to.
First, in the state of Georgia, it is not illegal to spank your children.
Yeah.
In the state of Georgia. For one.
That's time.
Please don't change
I know
that.
about time something is right.
In the state of Georgia.
Two, I do not condone child abuse.
Not abuse, but putting a foot in their butt.
But corporal punishment is something that people are moving away from. I've had plenty of arguments. I have argued a professor down about it. There are people who believe that all corporal punishment is abuse.
It's violence. It promotes
violence. And I don't know. I'm not that violent of a person, and I think my mama beat me just for
me too
for thinking the wrong thing.
I got slapped for not speaking quick enough. When you ask a question.
But I bet now I know how to behave when I go outside. So I don't know.
And
I think it's however you choose to raise your children, but to me, some form of discipline should be included. And too many parents are trying to be friends to their children. I think that's
true.
The bigger problem is not really about whether you're spanking them or not spanking them. It's what are you instilling in? Are you using effective discipline? Whatever you use, is it effective? And are you too busy worrying about being your child's friend than being their parent?
Right. I personally think that
You think?
you should start. Yes, I started last week.
Okay.
I think that you should start getting them young. You know what I'm saying? This kid's 3-year-old, man. You go on Facebook, you all these kids cussing and stuff, hitting their mama's back. I think you should
And
start
that
right
comes down to
then and there.
parents too busy being their
Mhm.
children's friends
Yeah, from the
and not
beginning.
being a
And
parent.
thinking that that's
a
funny.
mental issue.
Thinking
It's-
that it's cute.
That's
you
not
know.
even a mental issue.
No,
That's just
it's trifling. It's just a trifling issue.
and then I think it also because we have generational issues because now you got grandmama and mama in the club fighting for the same man. I mean, so who's training the parents
I saw my mama
to be
last week.
parents? You know,
No.
you know?
You too?
So that's who he went out with last week. It was your mom.
Mhm.
Oh,
No,
no, man. Anyway,
you know.
No.
so anyway,
Oh.
no, but I mean, I think it is when that's the problem. A lot of times, it is generational, and you have a lot of very young people having children, and then their parents are very young, and that means the grandparents are very young, and so there's just some guidance that gets lost.
But see, and I'm gonna say, I think my family is kind of a different. We all crazy.
Yeah.
Russell knows us, but we
Who's
also Maurice, Shy, all them other people,
Oh.
other personalities, Junior,
John,
the Lester, Earl, Ray. Which one are you today?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. Anyway,
My man.
but to
My
be
man, come
honest,
chuckle.
we had some generational early child because my grandmother, I promise, is 34 years older than me. My mother is 17 years older than me. And then my oldest son, he's 35. 18 years younger, you know. So we started having children, but we also didn't let that be something that would stereotype us. All of us is get college. My mama is master's degree. My grandmother has 2 master's degree. I'm working on mine. I got 4 kids in college. One finna graduate, you know, and they ain't pregnant. Finna, yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that in Chicago. Finna. There's a word, ain't it?
I don't know.
No.
I wrote that.
but
But we saw you
but
do a lot of diversity.
no, I didn't. You know, let's stop with smoking weed.
Oh, you got some funny. But
I couldn't do that. I had to make a choice.
let's see
And I
who's
was like,
bigger.
wait a minute, you say I can't smoke weed no more if I breastfeed?
Y'all
Okay.
stand together and let's see who's bigger. Come on, Antonio.
Oh my God. Next week, male chauvinist, sexist. That's what we're going to talk about. When we
That's
get
gonna be
rid
the
of
next
these
6 weeks.
But
yeah.
no, I mean, honestly, now, in your opinion, do you think a lot of our ex-cons, well, our prisoners today, are facing mental issues for the crimes that they're committing? Because I looked at I did some research about how they execute people. And Ohio have a new way of executing. They don't do the electric chair or the needle no more.
What they do?
They actually have a machine that actually snatch your head off. We'll talk about that more.
You is
Wow.
kidding
Okay, so
me.
anyway,
We're going to talk about that.
I know nothing about that.
We're going to come back and talk about more about mental health and execution
Whoa.
after this.
Uh-oh.
Hello, me. Inspired Talk. This is your boy Shy.
And your girl, I'm so soon, G.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Star Golden. I call her Star Jones.
I heard it.
But in the building, we were talking about mental health in the prison for this segment. But we want to let you finish up with your statement on that topic.
Okay. Well, we already talked about, 70% of youth in the juvenile system having mental health. Well, it actually says that 20% of prisoners have a mental health history. I truly believe that number is, I'm certain, higher. I just met a young man recently who didn't report his mental health issues to the jail, so obviously they don't always report it. So if we know 20% then or more have it, then we're understanding that mental health really does affect the crimes. And I will say that in at least the Atlanta, Fulton County area, and I'll say surrounding areas too, but at least in the Atlanta, Fulton County area, they're starting to do the mental health courts versus the just putting people straight in jail. If there is a mental health issue, they are sometimes given the option to go through mental health court where they're required to get treatment, which I think is awesome. Kudos. Yeah. They're training their police force. I always say Atlanta and Fulton, those are my favorite when I have to.
Because they don't be putting people over.
That's a lot.
Oh, my bad.
But if I need, they are very well trained as far as dealing with mental health issues. And if
but they need to spread that down in Clayton County.
It's not. It is. No. Actually, one of my second favorite police forces is in Clayton. One of my second favorite police forces is in Clayton County.
For real?
When it comes to knowing about mental health and having the support when you're dealing with a person with mental health.
Maybe because I've just always been on the other side of the law, so maybe now
that you're gonna be doing it on the other side, then
I can see it.
So I have to give a shout out, and there are many other police forces. Those are just three we mentioned. Yeah. So yeah, but really in the prison, I like I said, I was a member of the prison ministry. Now I never went to the prisons, but I got the testimonies back of the people who went, and it was wonderful, of being able to reach out because they have the same. They are the kids that get transitioned. A lot of the girls in the YDC that we minister to, once they turned 18, 20, some of them I think can stay there till 20, they were transferred, and we had a few that left us to go to the adult prison. And it's a really sad thing, especially when you've been working with this girl for years and you know her history and all the abuse that she suffered, and you really don't want her to go to prison, but that's the crime she committed.
I would say this because, like I was saying earlier, I was looking at the information about the execution, and it's kind of scary because half of those people are mentally challenged, and they don't know no better, but they're being executed because, like I was saying, Ohio, they have a new method that the machine rips your head off. And then it actually.
That's inhumane, ain't it? How are they able to do that?
They say it's more peaceful.
Is it because is it the ripping the head off, or they just disconnecting the spine from?
No, this machine takes the head off and then they have a hammer to beat the head, and then actually.
I don't believe this.
Look it up.
You're gonna have to show me that. But
look it up. It's in Ohio. That's
they
how
can't do that.
But
that's inhumane.
No, they're saying it's the most peaceful way. But in Texas, they actually have a wall for 50 prisoners. And they just squish them together.
He is telling us. I'm afraid for you. But anyway,
Ms. Bianca, before we get over this, can you please find that for me, please?
I'm afraid for you, but no, really.
So I mean, it's innocent people who just really don't have the mind.
It's a really sad thing because when you work one-on-one with you. Well, eventually, Miss Osuji, when you work one-on-one with a person who's really mentally tortured a lot of times, once those chemicals.
Ouch!
Oh,
see, she hit me. See,
once you work with them one-on-one, I mean, you'll really start to have compassion, and when you see it, you just will really have compassion, and you'll start to understand how a person can commit a crime because they really. A lot of times you have the voices that literally they cannot control, telling them to do things.
And this is no lie, stand off from the comedy and everything. But I was so drugged out, so depressed about stuff that I allowed things to come into my head, and voices of my dead baby's father would come in. I would get beat up in my sleep. I don't know if I was doing it to myself. I would wake up with bruises and stuff. And that's when I went to go spend the 3 days. Yeah, it could be. But that's how I ended up spending 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and that's all. When you see somebody sitting in front of you and they're in tears because they really are struggling and they're struggling. And I mean, we didn't really get into the suicide rate much, but that's why when you see people who do resort to that.
Can you come back and visit my show?
Anytime.
It's still Inspired Talk.
Inspired Talk with I'm So Stongy.
Miss Golden, we want to thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for informing us about mental health issues, because she needs it.
I'm gonna make an appointment with you. You take Humana, Obamacare.
It's true.
Well, I'm not false.
Look at the information.
False.
Go watch the video. They ripping heads off.
Do not believe Shy.
You better listen to me.
Ripping people's heads
Ladies and
off.
gentlemen, this is my finale, and I thank everyone of my guests that have been interviewed with me and Miss Osage. Welcome to the Beat Drops Radio.
I was gonna miss you, Russell. I really am.
I'm gonna miss you too. With my name Shy.
I mean, Shy. I'm sorry. I just called you by a good nickname. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna miss y'all, but thank y'all so much for being a support. Continue to be a support to Inspired Talk Radio, the Beat Drops Radio. Shout outs to my boy Antonio Wolf.
Hey.
Former radio personality, D-Man, and everybody else who's been on our show, Miss Dean Miles, Caller Hill. I love y'all, and I am officially out.
And I love you, Shy.
I love you too. Daddy, you and me will never part. Right, Get on me! Get on me! Therapist, get him. We out.
I'm a feminist, sorry.